Welcome back to Rallyslide, a channel dedicated to the WRC. I'm Gal, a longtime fan of the sport, and today we look at the main things to take from the second round of this year's WRC season, Rally Sweden. So what are the main points to look for from the event? 1. M-Sport and Tanak are championship contenders. Before the season began, there were doubts whether the combination would bring M-Sport back to the top. About Tanak there was no doubt. The 2019 world champion showed his skill in the past few years, but M-Sport showed the exact opposite, with lots of technical and management problems. In Sweden, Tanak showed that with the car just working fine, he is still a worthy contender for wins and the championship, and he is now the leader, and his competitors will need to pick up their pace. However, M-Sport also will need to make sure he finishes the rallies faultlessly, which last year put them out of contention. 2. Toyota and Rovanperä need to pick up the pace. Toyota, the team that finished last year first and third in Sweden, were off the pace completely this year and struggled over the entire course of the rally to match the pace of Hyundai and of Tanak. Katsuta was quick at times, but he crashed on day 1 and was out of the fight for the top spots. Evans also made mistakes and wasn't on the pace of the leaders, and Rovanperä just wasn't able to be fast even once he didn't start first on the road, which hampered him badly on the first full day of competition. If Rovanperä and Toyota want to win another title, they need to check what went wrong in Sweden, as the other competitors it seemed managed to catch up to them on pure pace of the car. 3. Hyundai's priorities. Hyundai's main driver, Thierry Neuville, is driving for them for 10 years now, and it was clear that he is their favorite. However, in Sweden, Hyundai pushed it too far and nearly cost themselves a double podium finish when they tried to switch Buin, who was in second place, and Neuville, who was in third, for the championship battle. Even if it was planned originally, it was not a good decision, as it will leave the other two drivers who will drive the car, Lappi and Brendan Sordo, who share the third car, to feel if they are driving for Neuville only, which will lead them to drive worse. There is no doubt that out of the team's drivers, Neuville is the clear favorite to fight for the title, but there is also a manufacturer's title, and they can't risk everything for a few extra points for Neuville, especially not this early in the season, when it's not yet fully clear in what direction is it going. Neuville at the end wasn't able to bring them a championship for 10 years. Maybe it's something that Lappi can do. Maybe if not for the plans, Buin would have felt more confident to push against Tanak on the final day. Hyundai will need to give more equal conditions to their drivers in order to fight for the manufacturer's championship, which they are chasing as well. One good thing to mention though is that their car is competitive, and unlike last year, it doesn't look like the drivers will need to drive the car in a risky way to get the most out of it. 4. A tight championship battle. If last year it appeared that Kalle Rovanperä had no rivals, and if after Monte Carlo it seemed the same will happen this year, it turned out to be different. Sweden this year showed a titanic battle between the drivers, and although at the end it was only Buin and Tanak who fought for the win, there were plenty of battles down the field, with some of the main championship contenders fighting to be at the front. With the first gravel rally in Mexico coming next month, it's anyone's guess who will be the favorite to win. 5. Pirelli's tires are Pirelli's tires are problematic. Did you know that in the WRC, when the teams had a free choice for 10 years, from 2011 until 2020, none of the top teams ever chose Pirellis? Same for F1 until one tire supplier was mandated. None of the top teams in the 2000s never even thought of Pirelli as an option. Maybe there is a good reason behind it, and it is that their tires are just, let's be gentle, not good.
And that as a result of buying Pirelli condoms this week, he now has 17 children.
In the weekend of Rally Sweden, 3 drivers had delaminating tires. Ott Tanak and Craig Breen both suffered from it and lost several seconds, and the Sapeka Lappi also had a delaminating tire, which sent him sliding into the snow and losing several minutes. If on a relatively smooth snow rally, Pirelli tires struggled that much, what will be next month will return to Mexico, the first gravel event of the season that has rocks and stones everywhere. It may be wise to wake up the Pirelli guys to ask them to do their job properly, because that ever since Pirelli are back, the drivers are only complaining, and it may better be wise to start to consider if to renew their contract with a sport beyond 2024. For the moment, it will be better to go with other options. So these are the main points to take from this year's Rally Sweden. In the next few weeks, we will talk about things regarding the WRC's history and also some technical stuff. Stay tuned and goodbye.